coolness, followed by a gentle breeze. The hotter days have passed and we bid farewell to summer. Autumn is marked by the falling of golden leaves. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you're all doing well. So today I have 3 autumn home decor DIYs for you, and they look so high-end, but we made them using £1 items, so really affordable, they're really easy. I hope you enjoy watching. Let's get started. So the first Poundland DIY that we're going to be doing is creating like a faux drink or dessert. Sometimes you can do a dessert. I am going to be going for a drink / dessert. So you're going to get this from Poundland and also this. And then we're going to be taking some paint. I've got these ones here from Magic Fly. I really love their paints and the colours that they've got. So they've got a few different shades of orange. They've got blood orange, regular orange, and then Mars orange. So I'm going for this one because I really like this shade. I think the others might be a little bit too, too strong of an orange. So it's brand new, I haven't used this yet. I'm going to basically cover the glass inside, so you want to apply a generous amount of paint, and there's a few ways to do this. You can paint it with a paintbrush, but that's probably going to have like some paintbrush strokes rather. So the way that I would do it is probably drip it like this and then swirl it around. So I did go for the paintbrush in the end, but that's because I didn't have time and I just wanted to be really quick for the project. So you're going to set that aside to dry, and in the meantime we'll work on the top, which is the main bit really. So you want to take some cardboard and we're going to place it on top of the glass. We're going to measure so that we've got the size or the circumference of the top of the glass. So let me see, how can we do this? Because it's wet right now, so I don't want to turn it upside down unless I be really quick. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to the paint. Okay, right. Draw along that really quick. Well, you'll probably be more patient than me and your paint would have probably dried. Okay, we've got our circle. I'm going to cut that out. Now you're going to take your circle, and this is the fun bit here. So you're going to take the polyfiller and you want to get some icing bags. Actually, you can kind of use a sandwich bag and make a hole. Just turn it into like a triangle. So you don't have to buy these. All of these again are just from PL. So no actually use these, but just snip it like this. And then you're going to take the polyfiller. I think you guys in the US call this spackle. So yeah, if you're looking to get it from Dollar Tree, it'll just be the spackle. Open your bag up. And I am going to be using gloves because you don't want to get any of this stuff on your hands. Okay, and then you're going to take your circle and just go over the edges first because you don't want that cardboard showing. Okay, so you're going to take your piping or icing bag and you're going to dump a lot of this polyfiller or spackle inside. You might need to mix in a little bit of water, so I've just done that because it's too thick and you can't really work with it. So you can add glue, you can add water. That's a much better consistency there. You're going to ice the cardboard. Okay, I think that I will leave off there. I think I'm happy. So we're going to let this dry, and I've got all of this. Well, you can't really see that much on camera, but it's a whole mess. So I'll clean all of this and let this dry, and then we will come back. Oh, just forgot to mention that while it's wet, you can, this is optional, you can add some cinnamon. So I'm going to do that, and then you can also add like a straw. You can add a cinnamon stick. I think I'm going to go for a cinnamon stick as well. This has truly been so much fun. I feel like I could just do this all day. Kind of looks like a flake now. Do you guys in the US have flake? I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Remember, it's not edible, okay? Oh, the cinnamon smells so good as well. Okay, don't overdo it. Don't go crazy. Right, now we're going to leave it to dry and come back. So I've just placed it on top. My fingers are a little bit dirty because of what was underneath. And yeah, it's fitted really nicely on top of the glass. And you can hot glue it down if you want. I haven't, I've just placed it on top directly. So I was going to have some text here saying cinnamon spice or pumpkin spice, something like that. But I decided in the end that I will just add some material. So I've got this is just some scrap left over. I'm just going to take it and put it across. I'm going to cut its size, obviously, and stick it down with my hot glue. And then I've got this little bow made from twine, which I'm going to just stick there on top. So this is how the final project looks. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks so realistic and it's just a really cool prop. You guys have to have a go at making this because it's really easy and most importantly it's super fun. So if you're enjoying today's video so far, please do leave me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. For the next DIY, we are going to be creating some pumpkins. So they've got these in the hair section. They're basically for buns and you've got two different sizes here. So then you're going to take some wool and, you know, they sell those for about £1 up to £5. And you're going to thread it through. So I'm just covering this. So this is how my pumpkin is looking now, and I don't know, can you see? Yeah, I think you can. So what I've done is, just to make it look a little bit more like a pumpkin, I've gone over some places a little bit more, just to kind of create, you know, the grooves that the pumpkin naturally has. So I've got a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and I just felt like it really does make it look a lot more like a pumpkin. Now this was kind of like this when I finished, so what you want to do is just squeeze it, so that it can come together and it looks a lot more like a pumpkin then. And then you can finish off adding a stalk, so you can take a little bit of a stick from, you know, from nature, just from a tree. And I've got this here, this was actually part of an ottoman that I had, and it just started breaking apart, so I took the handle because I thought, that would look perfect on top of pumpkins, so that's what I've been using. But what you can do is just take some twine and twirl it around like a pencil, leave it there for a while, and then just take it off the pencil and you'll have a really nice spring like this. You can also add some hairspray on there just to keep it in shape. So what I'm going to do is just stick that in there. We're going to glue it on. And then you can also add a leaf, but I am going to keep it like this because I kind of like just, you know, it's kind of nice and simple like this, I feel. But I do generally add a leaf on there. So just stick that on. Look at how expensive this looks. Who would know that we've just used like a hair bun? It really does look nice. I've always wanted one of these cozy jumper kind of pumpkins. We're going to take a quick crafting break and spy on what the cats are up to. So this is Pumps. She hardly comes in my videos. That's because she's always busy stealing my crafting chair. And this is Leo sleeping right beside me. Okay, so for our third DIY, you're going to be taking a Poundland canvas. We're just going to get rid of all of this. So what you're going to do with your canvas is take some scissors and we're going to cut this area here. And then you're going to just rip it. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be neat. And if you need to, just cut it again. And then you're going to do the same so that all of your sides have been ripped and cut. So when you're done, you can just remove the canvas and the frame. You're going to turn the frame over and look at what a gorgeous frame you have there. Look at it. That's just for £1. Now you can leave your frame plain if you want to. I did want to add some colour, but not too much, because I really wanted the wood to come through, because I really love the detailing on there. So the way that I do this is taking a damp cloth. Sometimes I use a wet wipe like a baby wipe, but I ran out of them. So I just dampened my cloth a little bit and added my paint, and then applied the paint directly onto the wood using my damp cloth. So this is just a little hack that I do because it saves me a lot of money without having to buy stains. So I just always use my acrylic paint and just use a damp cloth, and I've got a nice coverage that I'm happy with that way. Now you're going to bring back the canvas material, and you can go ahead and print anything that you like off the internet, but I created this with the help of my husband, and I'm going to link it for you in the description box. It's going to be free, so you can just go and print it out. Hubby is better at Photoshop and quicker than me, so I just sat there giving him all of the orders, bless him, and he took an hour to do it. Now usually I would use PVA glue or Mod Podge, but I find that it gets soggy, especially when you are dealing with paper or card. In this instance it's paper, which is even weaker, so I thought, okay, I'm not going to be using any glues. I decided that the double-sided tape is probably the best option, so I just added those across the border of the paper and one in the middle of the paper just to make sure it's nice and secure, and then I added that to my canvas. Make sure it's nice and centered. This is optional, but I felt like it looked a little bit flat for me, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll use some gloss Mod Podge, and I'm really glad that I did because it did help the colours pop and just come out a little bit better. Now off camera I did add a little bit more detail because I felt like it was flat, and I really wanted to bring out the mason jar because, I don't know, it kind of like moulded into the background a little bit too much, I felt. So I took a fine liner and I went over the mason jar, so I just outlined it in white, and I really think that that helped as well. Now I promise this is the last thing that I decided to do. I just wanted to dry brush it a little bit, so I took my white acrylic paint and a paintbrush and I just added a little bit to the image. And then finally you're going to put all of this together, so you can use staples if you like. I didn't have any on me, so I just decided to use hot glue and it was good enough. So I added hot glue to the borders of my frame and then stuck the canvas material down. And then to finish up, you're just going to trim off all of that excess material or excess canvas. So this is today's final project, and again I'm really happy with how it came out. This is the first time that I've actually done a reverse canvas technique, that's what it's called, and I think I'm going to be doing it more often because I really love the wooden frame. And then just bringing all of today's projects together, and you can see they work on their own, but it just looks so lovely when you bring them all together. So that's all of today's projects. I really hope that you have enjoyed them and that they have inspired you. Definitely let me know which one you're going to be recreating or which one is your favourite. And if you have a crafty friend, please do share this video with them. It really does help me out and I appreciate it so much. Thank you for all your support. Take care, and until the next video, bye for now.